from start to finish. Now you may notice that I said behavior and not trick. That's because everything our animals do, from jumping to spinning and vocalizing, are all things that they do naturally. The training comes into play when we can effectively communicate with our animals so that they know exactly what it is we're asking for. So how about we check out some of those behaviors right now as I introduce two of our animal stars. First up. Give it up one more time for our two dolphin stars, Avalon and Cody!
All right, well, great job, guys. Well, here at Six Flags, we use a method of training called hose, water play, ice cubes, very good. What else?
I heard hugs.
Hugs, very nice. Everybody needs a hug. Tactile reinforcement, us getting in the water, those are all excellent examples of secondary reinforcement.
Well, thanks, Jess. Now that you all know what secondary reinforcements are for our animals, what would you all having fun today? Yeah! All right, well, it's important for us as trainers. Remember to use a good balance of both primary and secondary reinforcement. Nothing.
Well, how is nothing something?
I'll explain. We use what's called a least reinforcing scenario, or LRS for short. By not really reacting at all to that incorrect behavior, it's less likely to reoccur. So what we do is wait about 3 seconds. Then we can either ask for that behavior one more time or simply move on to something else.
I gotcha. And then when the animal is correct, we focus all of our attention on that correct behavior, increasing the likelihood that it's going to happen again.
Now you've got it. By staying consistent with this method, undesired behavior.
Dolphins, but ladies and gentlemen, please say hello to Anoki. Now, Anoki is a female California sea lion. She's 4 years old, and she was born at our sister park all the way out in Vallejo, California. The behavior she's going to be working is called a high jump. You saw our dolphins hit that high jump, and although these guys don't get quite as high as our dolphins, they can propel their entire bodies up out of the water. Now, when we first start training a behavior with an animal, we ask them to simply follow and touch our hand. That's called a hand target, and you can see Anoki jumping up and following Vanessa's hand. Now, when that has been established, we add something called a target pole. You'll see that little bead on the end of a stick. That is just an extension of Vanessa's hand so she can reach far places that her hand may not be able to reach, and Anoki will know to follow that. So we're going to take that principle and apply it to that high jump ball out in the water. It's simply another type of target pole. So the first thing Vanessa's going to do is ask Anoki simply to go into the water and go out and touch that, and she will actually say the word target. So Anoki is looking for something to touch. She touched it, and she did a great job, so give her some of that secondary reinforcement. Remember, we all need praise. It helps their intensity go up, just like it does us when we get reinforced by praise. All right, so now she knows to hit that target ball, so we're going to just go ahead and start raising up the ball. Ladies and gentlemen, say hello to Trapjaw. That's right. Now, Trapjaw, as I said, is 28 years old. He's been doing this for a long time. He was actually a rescued animal, so we're very, very proud to have him here as a member of the Six Flags family and as an ambassador of his species to show everybody how important it is to take care of these guys. Now you see Stacy out there with a big long target pole. She's on her way to that front slide out. We're going to be working a behavior called a belly flop with Trapjaw. So just like Anoki and T'Challa learned to follow that target, so will Trapjaw. He's going to follow it out there in front of all of you guys. So those of you in the first couple of rows might get a nice little splash there on a hot day. So the very first thing Vanessa's going to do is simply put Trapjaw into the water and point him out to Stacy so he knows exactly where in the pool he's supposed to go for this behavior. Make it very simple on this first approximation. And he's looking, you heard Stacy call him, and she's simply going to say the word okay when he touches it. Very good. You can see when she lifted that up, he wanted to follow a little bit. All right. He's going to come back. Now I think we're going to move this back into our position over here, Stace. Now that he's clear where to go, and Stacy's going to utilize, but we're already wet all day long, so it's not really that exciting for us to get wet, so we want to move the behavior out there into the front of the stadium. So these guys are going to work on doing it out front for you guys. So, first thing we're going to do is just demonstrate what a fluke splash looks like. So girls, why don't you show them what the behavior looks like. Now you'll see a hand signal that Vanessa and Katie are giving. Now remember how I said the sea lions can hear our words, just like a dog could understand sit versus stay? Well, dolphins hear at a much higher frequency and they can't make out our words, so we actually use hand signals with them. Now they know well over 100 behaviors, so each hand signal is unique and it has one specific meaning. So as they begin to learn the behavior, we incorporate and repeat that hand signal over and over and over until it takes on a meaning of its own. Okay, now we're going to move it out front. You saw them do it here at stage, easy. Now we're going to move the behavior all the way out to the slide out. They know where they're supposed to go. Julianne and Stacy have got them into position, so they're simply going to ask for that behavior one time and see if they can do it in a different location. No problem, good job. You heard the whistles. They're going to reinforce them and let them know that was correct. Now this time we're going to work on their duration a little bit and see if they can do that behavior over and over, but they're going to walk with them and help them. And each time you see that hand signal, you'll see that tail fluke displace some water. Very good job. All right, good job, boys. Yeah, you can give them some applause. They did a great job. Feel good? It's a great day for that. But now what we want to do is fade that help out just a little bit. So Stacy and Julianne are going to send them, but they're not going to walk with them the whole way. So we want Cody and Avalon to do this behavior all on their own. So let's see if they can do it. Avalon's on his way over there. Can he do it without help? I'm a little unsure, and that's okay. Remember what Vanessa said, we don't make a big deal when they make a mistake because everybody makes mistakes when they're learning a new behavior. So we're simply going to just not react at all for about 3 seconds, and then we'll simply ask again, or we'll move on to something else. So you may see Julian help him out a little bit there to let him know exactly what to do. He's not quite sure, so Cody's saying hi with some unique vocalizations out there. Stacy's moved on just a little bit, and there goes Avalon on his way, and he did it all on his own. Very good job. And there goes Cody. You saw him move just a little bit past Stacy as well. Okay. Now I think we're going to send it the other way from stage as soon as Avalon has a little success over there. He just doesn't want to get that section wet. I don't know, maybe he thinks he doesn't want to mess up your hair or something over there. All right, let's ask him one more time. There he is. Okay, he's going back to Julianne. We're going to see if he can do that behavior. Julianne's going to help him out with a little bit of that prompt. He's letting her know he's not quite ready to dance to that next step, and that's okay. We want to make sure he understands exactly what we're asking for, and he did a great job. So we're going to go ahead and let him know he did a great job, right? And then we're going to point him back to stage here, and Katie and Vanessa are going to try that exact same behavior from this side. So they're going to have to go around the perimeter of the pool, but they're going to have to start from stage this time. Remember I said they can do that behavior? I'm going to give Cody a little bit of a backup there to help him out. There he goes. All right, you heard that whistle, so that means they did a good job. Now you can see that they were a little bit unsure about what they were doing, so I think let's send that one more time, guys, from stage and see if we can't get them to actually displace some of that water out here to all of you guys. So they had the perimeter part down. They were doing a really good job following the perimeter. There we go. We just also want him to remember to splash that water.